get ready, it's coming. You hunting or you running? Get ready, get ready, get ready, ready. It's coming. It's coming.
Not this year, not this year. I mean, think about it. If we didn't have all this crying, and you can't say there's not a lot of crying going on. We can't be competitive. We just can't do it. These young guys, they're working all year long. You got to see them. We can't do it. I'm just kidding, man. But, yo, shout out to the young coaches. I mean, because you know what? These young coaches, they're putting in work all season long. You talk to them now, whether it's 2 months ago, 3 months ago, they're doing. That's right. You feeling that beat? You feeling that beat? Let's go, man. Here we are, Saturday morning, man. We're having a football fixins today. You know, we're going to have Coach Najee Barrels from Westerly Bulldogs getting it down. We're going to have Coach Jeff Paiva. He's in the building. You know, it's going to be lit. Definitely share the stream. Appreciate it. Just getting a few things ready here. Does your coach have a favorite? Do you have a favorite as a coach?
What I mean by that is they say, Coach, put me where you need me. They never complain about playing time. They understand that competition breeds success, and that if they're going to be successful, if they're going to get playing time, they need to compete day in and day out. They also understand that sometimes their role on a team is not being a starter. It's being the best dang scout player the team has to help them get ready for Friday night. So if you don't like that Coach plays favorites, become one of his favorites. Do all those things I said. Compete like no other. Bring it every day. And if all those things are in place and you have character and you're selfless, you're going to become one of his favorites. Take it for what it's worth. Stay strong. I had a player of mine, a young man, complain.
There you go, Mike. You know, stop screwing shit up. Be one of your coach's favorites. Give me 1 second. We're gonna get Coach. We'll bring Coach Paiva up in here while we wait for Coach Najee. He don't got his camera on. What's up, Jeff? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
All right, not bad. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's bring Coach Najee in as well. Coach Najee Barrels, Jeff Paiva. Have you guys ever met?
Hey, Coach, how we doing?
What's going on, big dog? How you holding up?
All right. Congrats on a big win last night for you guys.
Appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Best of luck going forward.
Oh, man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. Coach Najee, man, what's going on, big dog? We'll get to Coach Paiva in 1 second, if that's cool with you, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what's up, Najee, man? How you doing, man? Big dog's doing good, yo. They said you was a freak. They said that dude in Westerly a freak.
Yeah, that's a great compliment, man. I appreciate that, man. It might seem strange to you how enthusiastic we are about football around here, especially myself, right? I'm just a physical representation of our passion. You know, so please,
no, that's the fact, man. And what everyone's upset about, what people are upset about, is what we're playing up on the screen. What's wrong with a little bit of hype? Coach Paiva, what did you say you be doing when the lights go out?
Hey, listen, bro. I encourage every team in our state. Rhode Island should be the funnest state to play football, bro. I want the whole damn nation to really buy behind your own product, man. I mean, I encourage every school to celebrate your kids, celebrate your program the way we do. You know what I mean? And we have the people in charge that allow us to express ourselves, right? Completely respectful, but we're excited to play football, man. And we do this for our fans. We want it to be an experience, and our games are an experience. You come here, it's hard to breathe for everybody else in Westerly, and I get that. It's purposeful, but we want that to happen, man. Our kids are convinced in their abilities and what they do, right? And football, as everybody knows, is such a mental game, and you can win or lose a game before the whistle's even blown, right? So we try to just incorporate that energy, that passion, and we have a specific way of doing it, right? We're the only ones that really do it the way we do, But like I said, I'd like to sit down with all you coaches, man, and we can get it cracking and really put together a really cool experience for your kids, and for your crowds, man. We love it, bro. And I appreciate the community getting behind us, and supporting these young men, because when they step on that field and when they come in like that, they feel invincible, bro. And it's just a cool atmosphere. You got to be there to understand what I'm talking about. We got
And we got
lasers,
it up
man.
on the screen. We got it up
Bro,
on the
yep,
screen right now.
Listen, man, we usually come out, man. We got all kinds of music cracking. Everybody got masks. We got a laser show on the field, man. Y'all ain't see nothing like it, bro. You know what I mean? But we just taking it from other schools across the country, man. We want to bring that stuff, man, and really celebrate the game of football. So that's kind of what
Shout
we
out to
encourage.
Steve Clark. Steve Clark said it shows in a few games this season, and I'll stay quiet with that. Coach Paiva said when the lights go out, we'll be doing our pass plays.
Yeah, we would have the other team saying, "What are these guys doing? These guys are still running their plays in the complete darkness."
Now look at how the youth football. If you watch some of my videos from last night, now I just showed up on the screen how the youth football players run up to Coach Najee. They crowd around him. They love the guy. The crowd. When do you see an assistant coach come on the field and the crowd goes crazy?
So here's what that's all about, though, guys, and it's exactly the right culture, right? Because I know in North Smithfield, my goal is to have the elementary school kids and middle school kids to where putting on a Northman jersey is their goal. Right?
Yes, sir.
They need to be thinking, I can't wait to play for those coaches. I can't wait to be on this field on a Friday night. I can't wait to be part of that. So when you see the youth kids running up to you before the game, that means you're doing exactly the right things. Exactly the right things, because those 3 or 4 kids that are excited to see you before the game, those are going to be the same 3 or 4 kids when they're freshmen that aren't going to be afraid to try out for the football team, and they're going to be excited to be a Westerly Bulldog.
Absolutely right, Coach.
That's exactly what you need to do to build a program that'll be there year after year.
Yeah, man. We really strive to be completely inclusive in the experience, right? Like you said, you made a great point. Is we want the youth, man. I'm telling you, man, the joy that we feel when you see that these young kids are coming up asking for autographs from the high school football players, right?
Yep.
Really, man, tears in their eyes, bro. They are so happy. They can't believe that some of these players know them by first name. It is such a cool experience. And then to utilize that experience to remind our players that on your worst day, when you think that things aren't right, that you have these little people that look up to you, man. You are a role model right now. And that's a lot of responsibility as a young person that's still searching and looking for role models for themselves, right?
Absolutely.
But man, to breed that kind of culture is something I would love to see in all our cities. And yours, everyone's, right? That our youth programs and our high school programs are not separate entities, that we want these kids to aspire to be the young men that we are raising and maturing, right? So it's completely awesome, man. And we bring in the cheerleaders, dude, the band, the whole 9 yards, and we let everybody know how important their role is in continuing a positive culture, right? Because this is all this is. We try to strip away all that crap and just really focus on the fun, positive energy that breeds. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's just, I would encourage, try to have everybody try to do that, man, and really focus on the future of all our programs, which is our youth athletics.
Now, let me ask you guys, why are programs afraid of all this hype? Why do programs say, oh, we got to be quiet? Why do coaches do that? Like, why is this forbidden? Maybe
some come from the adage that might take away from the focus of the game.
Yep.
Aren't we putting on a show on Friday? Isn't Friday Night Lights about putting on a show for our community?
Well, yeah, it is. But at the same time, you still have to be productive on the field, right? It's just that it's, luckily we almost weaponize this whole, pomp and circumstance, all of that hype. We use that and we use that to our advantage, man. So If we, if programs can find a way to really, first of all, listen to your kids, right? Stop being dictators all the time. I get it. We are authority figures, 100%. But this is their experience. We're just a part of it as coaches, right? We're just a part of it. So, take a minute, put our pride aside sometimes, and listen to what the kids want to hear. Listen to what the kids want to do. Take your time and find the cool aspect. And don't forget that we were kids at one point, and maybe some of us would have loved to do this type of crap, right? So let's just go and have fun, bro. Don't forget to have fun. And we can incorporate fun and winning, man. The culture is awesome at that point, bro. So,
and you are a showman, Coach Najee. I love to see the youth kids. Another thing's Coach Steve Clark said you nailed it on the head. He said captains want to implement some stuff and it all gets shut down. So this is for the kids. This is for the kids.
It is, man. Don't forget that this is their legacy, right? This is their freaking memories. Let's not try to stand in the way. Let's help build a foundation for that success and those memories, but let's help create them, bro. And have these kids, because we say that we want to raise people that are going to be contributing, factors to our communities, but we don't allow them to start to build that type of thinking and mindset now. So, we just have a different way of approaching it, man, and hope that others will kind of follow suit. Right? We're not reinventing the wheel here. We're just kind of voicing something that's already there. You know what I mean? And just encourage everybody to focus on community growth and having some damn fun. At the end of the day, have fun, bro. We have fun, and it's cool sometimes to see even our opponents are sitting there laughing and are amazed at all the stuff that goes into it, man. They're surprised too, right? Because they know it's cool. They're kids too, man. So they find it cool. You didn't think I really like how Cumberland came in with all the tents and all that crap? Man, I was impressed by that. That was awesome. So yeah, I might steal that idea, bro. I'm taking that jug, but I was impressed by that, man, and it was cool to see that, man. And I love that, John. I like how Central ran on our field this year, and they had their boombox cracking, and they put it right at the 50-yard line, and they came with the energy. I love it. There's no disrespect. There's nothing like that. We want highly competitive games, right? And we compete in every sense of the damn word, bro. And it starts from pregame, from guys sitting there staring at each other. You get that whole jazz right there, right? But it's all of it, man. And it's just it's a part of it, bro. And so come on with it. We love it. We love it because when we show up next week again, and we're gonna come with that energy and see y'all in Kentucky, baby, because we coming with it. So you better be prepared, bro, because we're gonna have fun, and it doesn't matter where we are. We're gonna bring our energy and a positive atmosphere and do what we love to do, and that's play football.
There we go. Well, you heard it straight from Coach Najee, man. He's bringing the fun. He's definitely an entertainer. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. To the parents of this great man. I heard them screaming my name in the stands. They're like, Mike, hey. And after the game, Mama Dukes is out there on her. She was like, you were going to make me use the bullhorn. I was like, what is going on, man? But
Rhode Island High School's coming up, bro.
That's right. Salute to you.
Rhode Island High School's coming together, and I think us as schools, the schools can all come together and really put on a show. We should be tailgating at our games. We should be celebrating our kids. I don't care where you're from. If you're from Rhode Island, you're from Matt, wherever you're from, man, celebrate the game. Let's make football fun for the people who actually play it, and that's our kids.
Absolutely. Coach Najee, I'm sure you got a lot to do. What are your plans this weekend?
So listen, I'm actually just outside of our school. We just came from the weight room. We lift throughout the season to try to prevent injuries.
It's Saturday morning, bro.
Yeah, so we have film first thing in the morning, 8 a.m, and then we're in the weight room straight away. After that, they have weight lifting, and then they hold like a short yoga and stretching and all of that stuff. To try to strengthen the culture. and show them the work ethic that's involved, right? Because great quote, man, is if you think the price of winning is too expensive, wait till you get the bill from regret, right? So and that bill is generational and it lasts a lifetime. So we try to get these kids to invest now, man. Invest now, hit the gas, because we don't get time. Time is a luxury we're not afforded back. So we just hit the gas, man, and just try to instill those correct work ethics, right? And during the afternoon, if some of the kids are not invited, we try to hold study sessions so we can keep their grades on the right path. Because our care as coaches, and I know I'm speaking at all high school coaches, right? Our care goes beyond our football field, our football seasons, right? And you become a mentor, and that is yearly, and that's year long, right? It's not just within the few months that we are blessed to coach these young men.
Absolutely, man.
Agreed.
Those coaches, baby.
Coach Paiva, do you have anything for Coach Najee?
No, I mean those guys are doing their thing, and it's fun to see a football town thriving. And to as a coach in a small town that's not necessarily a football town, for me it's fun to see where the potential is to go. So, us in North Smithfield, we're working to be something like that. And it's one little step at a time. And I think the most important thing Coach Barrows just said is that this is a year-long deal, right? And us as coaches live and die with every good and bad decision that these kids make, right?
Absolutely.
Homecoming dances and all sorts of stuff. We're at home biting our nails, holding our breath that nobody does anything dumb, and
man.
We carry it year round, right? It's our season ends on Thanksgiving, and in the middle of January, I'm wondering if my guys are doing the right things in the classroom, and I'm calling my assistant coaches and saying, hey, check on this guy, or I'm making phone calls to kids and saying, hey, everything good? I know we were struggling through that month of November. We're still good in January. And it's something that we just do. And it's nice to know that the guys who are doing it for the right reasons. And that's what it's all about, man.
Hey, Najee, you want to address this? They said you need to apply for a head coaching job at EP. Where's your home, baby? Where's your home?
Hey, man, it's dubs up right now, big dog. Well, I appreciate that, man. That's cool, man, to even be,
Stanley's going to hate this part. He's going to be like, yo, when I said the Central Falls job's coming available, he said, you better not tell Najee, man.
No,
I was like, Najee ain't going nowhere. He happy.
Baby. No,
not everybody wants to be a chief.
No, man, I like to help anybody, but Bulldogs, baby, that's where it's at. So, my heart's in my town, and I love it here. So,
Al Johnson, are you telling us that the EP job is going to be available? Because we know Central Falls is going to be available. We've been hearing some rumors about a couple other programs that are going to be. Hey, listen, head coaches, you may not know this, but when your assistants get out of line, you get suspended. When your assistant gets ejected, the head coach gets suspended. So that's something that a lot of coaches did not know, that rule. So I'm just letting you know that.
That is a 100% truth. So you have to make sure that your rapport on the field, like you said, doesn't affect anyone else. That's 100% the truth. That any infractions that are imposed on an assistant coach, the head coach would also have to serve that same infraction, especially if it's like a suspension or anything of that nature. The head coach will be directly affected by that, and that could be detrimental to your program.
Absolutely, which is crazy because you're like, I'm trying not to get suspended on my own bullshit. You know what I mean? You know?
Man. Hey, sometimes, man, emotions get the best of you, man. We're all in it, man. We're all invested 100%, man.
Where'd this guy come from?
Yo, what's up?
Big
Yo,
dog.
we're making it a party.
Yo, congratulations, Coach, on that big win yesterday. I figured I'd jump in and.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, now I watched some of that game. That was good. My honey to-do list doesn't stop for about an hour, so I'm able to sneak out here. So what's going on? What's up, Coach Paiva? How you been?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Hanging in there. What's up, Mikey?
All right, not bad, not bad. Open invite today. I put the link out there. You never know who's gonna join the party, man. Nice digs you got, Coach Fortin over there. You play the piano?
Yeah, that's not my dig, man. That's just the background. I got some. My bookshelf fell. I didn't want to show all that stuff. So I'm like, how do I hide that shit? My wife would beat mine. You know what? I started showing.
Man.
Coach,
You've
when
been busting
you
my chops. You're gonna come on. Guess what? I'm on.
He's on. When you was at EWG, you was starting to get into the pregame hype stuff. What do you think about all this? Some programs don't like it. Some programs are feeling
you come out, man. I wanted to put the big helmets with the big floats. I wanted to come out like I love what Coach Najee was doing.
Don't give him no ideas.
Coming soon.
I love when what's his name? Oh my God, he's gonna kick my butt.
Washington?
No, Pilgrim.
Coach Simpson.
Yeah.
He came out with the fog and stuff. People were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that." I'm like, I can't believe he hasn't been doing it. It brings so much excitement to football. I mean, it gets the crowd going, it gets the kids going. Even the visitors, they kind of take a look at it and they peek and they're like, "Man, I want to do that," and they get hyped up. I love that stuff. Yeah, I love sitting at the field. We would do our exercises and look at the team. We wouldn't even look at each other. We just stare down the team and we just have fun with it. It's all good competition. At the end of the day, you play, you battle, but at the end, sportsmanship, you shake hands. But whatever you could do pregame, yeah, I think it's more for the coaches, but we're good. We're good. We love that stuff. Especially Coach Najee. He's coming up with some crazy stuff. Coach Pop is shit. Coach Pop going to come out with fireworks and stuff.
I don't know if that's my style, but I liked it when other people do it.
Yeah.
So we can't see nothing in North Smithfield's future, like a little hype coming out with some excitement soon, walking out, one band, one sound. Like you had a great idea with the cheerleaders and everybody walking out together.
Yeah, we do that. We have our walk up from the school onto the field. Football cheerleaders all together. That's one group, one family. We do our pregame stuff with the cheerleaders, and they're in the locker room. They hear the pregame speech. They're with us in the pregame prayer. They're with us in the walk up to the field, up our path of excellence. But as far as I'm about as boring as it gets sometimes. So I'm not super creative. So that is what it is with us.
Coach Najee, we're gonna have to take Coach Palmer out and start talking and that stuff up. All of a sudden, he'll start getting it. He'll love it.
Oh, we got you, Coach. Don't worry, bro. Man. We'll get you right.
Don't worry about it.
Straight up, man.
Absolutely, it's definitely it's something you see. They take the long walk around the block, around the school. Tradition. Come in the quad fence, and it's a weapon, like Coach Barrow said. He said it's actually part of our artillery. It's a weapon, and you use it as a weapon because I think it takes teams. They're like, oh my God, and it puts the crowd right into the game automatically. Now, yeah, if you're putting blanks up last night like Pownell did, you can't do this.
Oh,
it don't look right.
Come on.
If you're putting donuts up, you can't do this. But it is what it is.
I'll tell you, I coached against Westerly when I was in Coventry. It's intimidating because you don't see the players, but you hear them. You hear them coming with the cleats. You're like, what's going on? And then you just hear click, click, click. And it's all in one sound. It's not all over the place. And then they show up. It's like, oh, you kind of get off your game a little bit. I think Westerly is probably one of the toughest places to go in and get a win. That community is all about football. So it is intimidating. It's great to see. I don't got to see it no more because I don't play Westerly, but it's great. It's a great atmosphere. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And you start seeing this. You start seeing the dude with the LED mask on and
who's that dude?
Players. You know, they're getting all into it. I think he should have been a WWE.
Hey, man.
Najee definitely does have the energy. Salute to Al Johnson. Nah has the energy forever since we were kids. Love it. Yeah, from Central days, Coach Barrels out
Dog.
there
It's my
running
dog,
out with the
Al,
real
bro.
big boom box.
Yeah, baby.
You know, but yeah, anytime any one of you's got to go, I don't want to hold anybody up. Let me. What do you say? He said he wakes up like that. No, that's a fact, man. I am not surprised. And
Hey,
the
can you
kids love
believe
him.
I was just about to say that. Look at that. That's probably one of the best things right there about coaching is you get that youth coming up, you know, showing some respect and just getting involved in the football program. Coach
Listen
Najee,
here, bro. Yeah, bro. Hey, I go and support these cats, man. I'm driving to Ledger, Connecticut tonight to go watch the Westerly Bulldogs play. Listen, we go there, we support these young men. They come to our games. You bet your butts that the players, you know, we not required, but we ask them and encourage them to go and support so that they see us at their games. And you bet your bottom dollar they're gonna see Coach Naj out there going nuts for them because that's the future, man. They show us love. 100%, I'm gonna go there and support those young men and women as they go and compete at their level of football, right?
Shit,
So
you
yeah, I'm
pull in the
driving the Ledger.
parking lot. He's the biggest mouth in the joint.
Yeah, bro. Love it, bro.
I could
Love it.
hear him from the stands. Yeah, loudest guy in the joint, and he brought the same energy to baseball this season, which was amazing.
Every sport, man. Every sport. What football ain't the only thing we can get excited for, right? If your school is playing, I support everybody, man. Because guess what? Every one of those kids are in our stands. Our stands are packed, bro. Our stands are packed. We have a great following here. Uh, like one of the coaches said, man, it's a football town, and it's so cool to be a part of something like that. But guess what? All those cats from different sports and walks of life, some of them are not even non-athletes, and they're at our games. So we go and support them. I'll go to a play. I'll go support the theater kids. I'll go support, the musicians and whatever, because they're all a part of the Westerly experience. Those kids are our band members. Those kids are our dog pound. Those kids represent us. So we show them love, and I try to show them love in the community as much as possible. Our baseball team is freaking awesome. So heck yeah, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go nuts, just like I would at a football game. It might be a little taboo, but whatever, bro. I'll be at golf doing that crap, man. I don't care. Yeah. I'll be at a golf tournament with a turnover chain on, saying "Let's go Bulldogs, bro."
Shout out to the missus. The missus said you wake up that way. He wakes up with the chains on.
Hey, she got chains too, so yeah, she can talk all that when she wants, but her chains look like mine. So.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to the whole Barrows clan. I said Mama Dukes was in the stands last night with her bullhorn. And not only, Najee, you also promote, you're at all the games. You're at the UMass Stockman games. You're at, you go to watch your nephew play. You're big in semi-pro with the Admirals. But
So
Coach Paiva, man.
Yeah, man. Football's
Coach
life,
Paiva, real quick. What's next for North Smithfield?
Well, we just got done. We played we renewed a tradition that hopefully is something that goes forward with Burrville last night. So Burrville got to retain the Hauser Lovett Trophy. Hauser Field in Burrville, Lovett Gymnasium in North Smithfield. Two great educators from neighboring towns had this trophy and this tradition of a football game started in the 80s. We haven't played it in about 5 years, so last night we got a chance to play it again. So Burrville won that Hauser Trophy last night in a pretty good football game. Coach Ferraro does a great job explaining the history of everything, and it was a meaningful game that didn't have anything to do with playoffs or standings, but it meant something to both communities, and it was a nice game to play in. So we're hoping to renew that. I told Coach Ferraro last night that I want to make every effort to make that a non-league priority for North Smithfield, and I think Barville is going to do the same. So North Smithfield, Barville, that tradition should start again next year. It started again last night, so hopefully we get to keep it going. We get Narragansett on Thursday. We're taking the long bus ride down to Narragansett. My guys want to keep playing, so I'm going to keep coaching, and we're going to keep playing. And like I told them last night, the games that we're playing now are all about pride, and in some ways that might be more important playing for pride than playing for a standing. Is crazy or whatever that might sound. I genuinely believe it. We're going to play for the right reasons, and we're going to try to represent ourselves the best way we can and keep plugging. As long as these guys want to keep playing, I'm going to find them a game, and we're going to play.
Coach Paiva, I got to say, this season you had like 9 days prep to get ready for the game, and you was involved in a lot of games. The only game I seen you get your wheels smoked was Classical. You was involved. Look, it took Pono that whole game to really come up with a plan to beat you, and they had to rely on Anthony Alejandro, to come up with a great passing play. And then after that,
yeah,
it's killing me. I'll tell you, the game that we played with Coach Pavel it was a great game. Our first game up at D3 was an experience, and I had some good words at the end of the game with me and Coach Pavel. We'll keep that private if you want.
Yep.
I get a lot of respect for Coach.
No secrets here. No secrets here.
Yeah, man. But I'll say it here, like I said it then, man. I got a lot of respect for him, and he put together a great program. He's got a good youth program. My wife's cousin's kid plays on that team. So shout out to them. They're doing some good things down there. But great season, Coach.
Let me finish up. Hold on. Let me jump in here real quick. And then you play Lincoln, right? And I think you stayed competitive for 3 quarters. You was right. Yep. I'm not going in order. You was right in that game. You played Charahoe. You took them right down to the wire. So you guys, and you put 28 up on Middletown. So shout out to that. That's awesome.
A lot of that has to do with matchups, right? Our offense, I think, is more conducive to stretch a team. Like Middletown wants to play condensed. They want to play that active 3-5. Everybody's flying around. It's hard to run the football against Middletown. Luckily, that's not our game. So we spread them out, and we tried to play on the edges, and we had a little bit of success. But that's where our strengths lie. I'm not the type of guy and the type of coach that's going to smash my head against the wall to try to run the ball when we're not going to be successful doing that. So, it's a matchup thing. But yeah, we've been in a ton of games. Charahoe, we had a 2-point conversion to try to win the game with under 2 minutes to go. Coventry scored with 10 seconds left to go to beat us. Ponagansett scored with about 10 seconds left to go to beat us. We had a drive
field goal,
in Lincoln towards the end of the third quarter to take the lead in Lincoln. Tolman, we had the lead in the third quarter. We were in a lot of games. With us, it's just when the wheels fall off, all 4 wheels fall off at once. We don't get a flat tire. We get 4 blowouts, and we go from being in a game to not being in a game real quick. And but that's high school football, man.
You was right there all season, though. I like I said, so proud of all the kids on the parents, and so proud of our son that gets to stepson that gets to play for Coach Piver. Salute to all the kids that you have on your program.
I appreciate those words. Thank you.
Everything that them kids went through over the last year and a half, credit to you guys. I think you have to be not happy about the season, but you have to say it was successful.
Absolutely. And, I wouldn't even say that I'm not happy about it. these guys get to put pads on and play and practice every day. And that's something to be cherished and honored. So, they know what to expect every day. And I tell them all the time, and our biggest goal, and I always say it, is to compete. Wins and losses will take care of itself. But I want to see true effort and true care. And, I get that from these guys 95% of the time. And, we may come up short, but we're going to come up short fighting. And, we're certainly proud of some of the things that we've been able to do and accomplish this year. We've got some individual guys who've had some great seasons. The seniors are learning what it's all about, and the seniors are learning what it's going to take to be productive members of their communities going forward and in school or in the workforce. So those are the important things to us. And, we try not to lose sight of that.
All right, Coach, man, we'll definitely talk to you coming up. Hopefully, we'll have the banquet this year. Couldn't have it last season. I'll be looking for my invitation in the mail. No. Coach Paiva, man, anything else?
No, I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank Coach Ferraro for getting that game together on pretty short notice. We put it together. And for, I love the tradition of stuff, and I love the history of the town and the history of some of our stuff. I want to say a couple of our assistant coaches played for that same trophy that we played for last night. So they get to coach for it last night. And it's
where he comes from, right? Coach Ferraro, right?
Yeah, he's a Westerly guy.
He's tradition. Where he learned all that stuff.
Yep. So any conversation I have with Coach Ferraro is always a valued one. And win or lose that game last night, it was a fun game to play in, and I think for our program, it's an important game to play in. Whether they're in Division I, Division II, or we're in Division III or Division IV, like I said, I'm going to be committed to try to keep that tradition and try to keep that history for those two educators, Mr. Hauser, Mr. Lovett, who both schools have stuff named after them, to keep that going. I think it's important. So, that's something that we're excited to keep going, and we're excited to keep playing, and Thanksgiving's going to be our Super Bowl. So, we're going to keep plugging away towards that.
Yes, we're going to have an EWG take the field now, but Coach Paiva, really appreciate it. You're always welcome. Come back anytime.
All right. Best of luck, Coach Barros. Nice to see you, Coach Fortin. Mikey, thank you very much. We'll be talking soon.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon, Coach. Always nice to have Coach Paiva on. Coach Najee, man, always real to have you on. Appreciate it. I just wanted to get you on, talk about what's going on in Westerly. I heard they weren't too happy at a Dunkin' Donuts in Cumberland this morning. You know what I mean?
Maybe they messed up their coffee. I don't know.
They said your boy was a freak show. They called him a freak show. I was like, why? What's wrong? Oh, it's a big showboat up there. It's all they do is showboat.
It's entertainment. Football, you're entertaining the crowd. Come on.
Yeah,
bro. That was a long 90-minute ride home.
Woo! Terrible, bro. Terrible.
After they broke down them tents I was impressed. Them were some big ass tents.
Oh, them tents were awesome, bro. They had their own little dressing room.
They didn't even use them though. I kept looking. I didn't see no one in them.
It was pretty cool,
Westerly
man.
got nice facilities. Westerly, they used to let teams in the locker room.
Oh, we still do, believe it or not. But they didn't want to. They didn't want to use the facility. That's fine. But we got really nice facilities, clean, accepting, inviting. Really good. But no, man. No, man. Dude, those tents were awesome, bro. I was really impressed by that. like I said, man, so we already talked to the AD. We're gonna get some tents just like that because it looked cool, man. It was really cool.
How is your
Coach,
AD with everything going on? How is that you're at how's Jamie with all of this going on?
Listen, man, that dude's was if it happened if him and Stan were with it, right? Let's just be honest, man. None of this stuff is allowed if they didn't see the value in it and they weren't, a part of the experience, man. Mr. Vettelino allows all of that stuff to go down, bro. He okays everything and makes sure that the experience that, Westerly people and our opponents, what they get to witness, is a part of all that hard work that goes into it, right? So at the end of the day, we got to thank Stan and Jamie for allowing all of this to happen, man, because they seen the value in the joy that it provides the community.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Dunbar. Shout out to Jamie. It's not easy being an athletic director. Anyone that sees what real athletic directors do.
No, it's not.
All the work that they put in, like all the different sports, all the fires you got to put out, making everybody happy. But so salute to Jamie Vettelino, and all the athletic directors that do the right thing.
Absolutely.
But Najee, I see that you just getting home. Look at my boy. After the game, I got some nice footage of Zach Tuck taking his gloves off, signing autographs.
I'm telling you, bro, and that's what it's all about, is to build that type of rapport. It's such a cool thing. I don't know if that's – listen, I hope it's happening in other communities, but I don't know if, if they get to experience signing autographs as a high school football player. That is such a cool thing, bro. It is really such a cool thing that they get to experience that, man. And I hope that others, get that kind of love wherever they're from, man, because like I said, dude, that is just a level that, I didn't even really prep for in doing all this and make it is to create the superstars on the field. But guess what? These kids are earning that, right? We don't play all that crap I do and I help provide and all that. Guess what, bro? These kids got to play football. They got to go on the field and do it. So at the end of the day, man, those young men are who's getting it done, right? So it's really shout out to them. They're the superstars of this whole situation, because without winning, let's not kid ourselves, man. We don't win football games. A lot of this stuff falls on deaf ears, right? So
yeah. I mean, it kind of makes
you still got it. Well, So there's a couple ways to look at it, but it's harder. It's more palatable when you have success tied to it, right? And maybe the message gets lost if success is, you're not breeding success, and they don't see this as a valuable commodity in order to keep that going. So, I would just encourage, you want to use it as motivation, and that's kind of what we do. And we're blessed enough to win some football games in the process. I'll say it like that.
Absolutely, man. Well, Coach Barrows, thank you. Appreciate it. You already know you got an open invite anytime. He says, you don't invite me. You don't invite me. He knows he's got an open invite, man. Guys like you, Coach Fulton, you guys got an open invite. Come on, man. You don't even knock on my house door no more, Najee.
Yeah, I mean, the show, man. He calls you up, he texts you, he yells at you. I'm like, all right, I'll go on. But hey, I heard a rumor about down in Westerly. So, Coach, maybe you can fill me in. So when the visitors go to the locker room, I heard you're the one that turns the heat up to 90, so they're tired. Is that true, Coach?
That's why they don't want to use the locker room.
That's why you don't go to the locker room no more, because you're 90 and you block it so they can't lower it. They come out taking naps and stuff, coming up sweating, and it's 90.
Oh man, that's a great idea. Nah, we ain't on that kind of time.
Hey, next year we're gonna hear Najee's over there. Coach Najee turned the heat up to 100 and lock.
Turn up the heat, man. Everyone, don't forget, Breakthrough right after playoffs have the tryouts coming up, 14U all the way up to 18U. They got a travel schedule. Big shout out to Break2 for helping make this podcast possible, man. I always gotta thank the people that make this. Mark Wright, if you're looking to buy a house or you're looking to move the hell out of town or you're looking to move in town, give Mark Wright a call. Shout out to everyone that helps us. And Beast Coast, man, where would we be without Beast Coast? What's up with Beast Coast right now?
Actually, opening a facility in the West area coming soon.
Let's go, man. Beast Coast coming to Westery. Yeah, shout out to your whole staff, Najee, man. I don't want to hold you. I want to keep you. Yeah, we'll definitely talk soon. St. Ray's next week. Let's go. Are we going to have the same hype? Are we coming out? We can't put the lights off over there, though, huh?
It'll feel.
Have to crank them to get them back going.
Yeah, we're going to turn the lights off, but it's going to be in a different fashion.
There we go, man. Go Bulldogs. All right, Coach Barrels. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all. Have a good one, man.
Shout out for him for coming on the show. Coach Fortin, man, how have you been? We haven't talked in like 2 months.
Yeah, I got to keep low a little bit,
That's a lie. I talk to Coach Fortin all the time.
We talk every day.
Playoffs, Coach, man. Have you been keeping up on what's going on in football?
Yeah. You and I talk every day about it. It's gonna be playoffs is incredible. Some great games that happen this week. Next weekend is gonna be even more incredible games. So I'm looking forward to seeing them. One of my friends is down at Smithfield. He's like, his son plays at Smithfield. Last year when I was at EWG, we knocked them out of the playoffs. So I'm not there no more, but he's like, you're going to come to the game and support us and go on this side. So I'll probably be at that game, but at the Smithfield side.
Oh, you got to sit at the other side?
Yeah, I got to sit at the other side. Going to support my friend's kid.
There you go. There you go. Shout out to my guy, Jesse Ganu.
Jesse's great. My cousin got married to a good friend of ours, Jamie, and he was at the bachelor party. Him and I were having jokes about last year's playoff game, and he kind of whispered, we're playing in the playoffs still, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you have to come. All right. Gave him my word, so
I knew Jesse a long time. I knew Jesse since he was like running around in his tighty whities, But Coach Paiva sent me the picture of the trophy last night. Salute to Coach Ferraro, bringing back the tradition. North Smithfield was trying to win. Who's this guy over here in the corner? Hey, who's that? Is that Eddie? There you go, Jetty, over there in the corner. Congratulations to Burrillville, for winning that trophy. North Smithfield did a hell of a job this season. I really gotta say that, for having a little bit of practice. I mean, Classical was the only really blowout they had.
Coach Palmer did a great job with that program, going through what they went through and coming out and just competing. And that's what football is all about. It's competing. So, he did an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what he does next year.
Absolutely. But after this week, we're going to see a lot of locker rooms empty. I screwed that one all up.
It's a sad day, and a lot of teams.
Get ready, it's coming. You hunting or you running? Get ready. It's coming.
See that picture with the lights off? That's what it looks. You knew you couldn't come out without us talking about the Middletown game. What was your thoughts about that game?
Something. Middletown won, but
Yeah, they did. That's good observation. Did you notice anything else?
Something. No one, and you and I talked about this before. No one even thought Pontigancy would make the playoffs. I kept telling you, don't sleep on us. Pontigancy, we're going to make the playoffs. I know what's there firsthand. We're young. There was only 5 seniors, so they practice hard. They have experience of what it takes to make the playoffs. And they did that. So with a young team like Pano, they did an amazing job. They got there, and now they got a taste of winning. They got a taste of getting into the playoffs. They got a taste of losing, but that will motivate this program, just like it did years ago in D4, where they made the playoffs, they made the Super Bowl, they lost, they got hungry, they were a young team, they got a little older, and then they just ran through D4 and won a Super Bowl. It's the same thing as in D3. They're young, they got a taste of it, and now next year they'll be hungry.
Absolutely. And well, we'll see what will happen next year. We still gotta hang on. I gotta share this 1 second. A lot of teams that we expected to make the playoffs. I figured Pontiac had to finish right around 500 to get into the playoffs, and that's basically where about they finished, right?
No, they got there's a winning record there. I think we only 5-2, I believe. We only lost 2 games, 3 games. I'm sorry, 3 games, and 3 games to the playoff teams. Moses Brown, West Warwick, and Rogers. So we played each team. Pontiac played each team very well, right down to the wire, in all 3 games. So it was a great experience and it was a great season.
We live over here with Cliff Fortin Nation. We're talking about the Middletown Pontiac debacle. I did not expect, say what anybody that caught a donut last night was going to get talked about. I did not expect Pontiac to get skunked. Even North Smithfield put 28 up on Middletown.
It's matchups. Pano is, young quarterback. I believe he ended up breaking his wrist. Not using it as an excuse, but ended up breaking his wrist. So now you're kind of one way running, which falls right into Middletown's idea. They want you to run. They don't want you to spread them out. And again, it goes back to being young. And for them, it's successful. For the seniors, it's tough because last year Super Bowl D4 coming to D3. Everybody against you, and boom, you made the playoffs, shocked the team, and you end up going into one of the best teams in D3, and you lose. So, but I think it's more of a success story for Pano and something that football program will be able to grow from.
Public service message, shout out to Central High School, but it looks like 9 a.m. Friday, November 18th. Winter sports physicals. Go to the nurse's office, get that taken care of. Boys and girls basketball, girls and boys indoor track, and wrestling. So it's great that they do the physicals for Central right there, because a lot of programs, they ain't doing jack. They're like, nah, man, you got to go get your own physical done. So so get over there November 18th. Physicals, 9 a.m. Central. We did our good deed for the day. What else do you like that's going on in the playoffs right now, Coach?
I like that it's competitive for the most part. There was no really big blowouts. Wesley had a great game against Cumberland. Now there's another good story there. It's Coach Dunbar against St. Ray's. St. Ray's beat him before. He used to play for St. Ray's, so that should be a very competitive game. I don't know. I know in D4 you've got, I believe it's Smithfield versus EWG, Davies, and Central Falls. So that's D4 is going to be to me is going to be pretty competitive. Smithfield, they're going to remember what happened last year, home game. The underdog went there and beat them. They're undefeated. They're the number 1 seed. So are they going to take them lightly? Are they going to try to cruise past them? What's Smithfield going to do? And then Davies was projected to be the number 1 team in Division 4. Smithfield and Central Falls had something different to say, and they're the number 3. Can they rebound from the loss to Smithfield and Central Falls and make a big push for the Super Bowl? So that's kind of I'm looking to see. I want to see
continue on Division 4. I gotta grab son, but we have not been covering Division 4, so break down. Continue breaking down Division 4.
Break it down. I don't know. You got, if you look at D4, you've got teams that are really struggling. Then you got that mediocre middle teams. Then you got the top tier teams. I go 3-3-3. You know, you got Hope, you got Situate. They're really struggling. You know, Hope end up losing their coach just before kickoff or just day before kickoff. That's pretty tough to try to rebound. Tiverton, again, it's a small school, just like Situate. You know, they're just struggling right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what Hope does. I always said Hope is a good program. I like to see them, you know, get things a little better because there's some good athletes over there. But you know, it's a team that's struggling. Situate struggling. Tiverton struggling. You know, even you know, PCD, they lost a lot of seniors, so they came into this season really struggling. And then, you know, they're part of that middle tier along with North Providence and EWG. You know, they're beating the teams that, you know, you're supposed to beat. And then when you play the tougher teams like Smithfield and stuff like that, you know, they're the upper notch on the in D4 right now.
You know, I'm glad you did break down D4 because we have not been talking a lot about D4 this season, and there's just no excitement, I think, right now to Division 4 and Division 1. It's not only Division 4. Last season, there was a lot of excitement, it seems, to Division 4. Why not such a draw this year?
I don't know. Maybe I was on every week at D4. I have no idea. It's not as competitive. You know, the bottom tier of D4 hasn't won a game. I mean, if you look at Situate, you look at Hope, you look at Tiverton, you look at, you know, PCD, you combine them together, I think you only got like 5 wins. So it's really tough to be excited for them because you know they're struggling. So yeah, I'm really excited for Smithfield, Davies, and Central Falls because, you know, they're the ones that are really competitive. They're the ones that are really beating each other, except for Smithfield. They're just undefeated. And in that middle tier with, you know, North Providence and EWG, they played very well against one another. I think EWG beat them like 6-0. But again, that's that middle tier. So the competitive is not as strong as D3 and D2. And D1's D1. I mean, the most exciting thing about D1 was a lot of us, you know, we're rooting for Coach Washington. You know, we want to see a public team really step up. You know, no disrespect to Hendrick and LaSalle. I think what they do is great, but we like to see them public schools really start taking that next step. And, you know, Coach Washington, I'll tell you, went toe-to-toe with both private schools and, you know, came close to winning. So it's going to be interesting to see in the playoffs and see what they can do. But that's, you know, that's the only problem with D1. It's kind of like it's Hendrick and North Providence. I mean, LaSalle. So you kind of want to see a public school do something different there. And then you got, you know, D2 and D3. You got the big dogs like Westerly's in there. You got Cumberland. You got St. Ray's. So it's exciting to see. And then down in D3 with Pontigansett going up, Middletown really coming around, you know, being a better team. Rogers making a late run. Tolman making a late run. Moses Brown and that West Warwick, how that matchup seemed to happen at the end of the season for the division. That was the, you know, that's the excitement of it. So a lot of teams, there was no blowouts. Everybody was playing one another pretty strong. So I think that's the reason why D2 and D3 got a lot of work, got a lot of notice.
There we go, man. See, I got to bring Coach Fulton back on more, you know. I think we're going to fire Eric. We're going to bring Cliff. I think they're going to replace Eric Rube. Did you catch Eric Rube was on a few weeks ago?
I caught that. You know, good for you guys. I think that's great. You know, you can put I know you guys have should we say a friendly banter on social media,
Yeah,
but it was good to see him come on.
When your son makes mistakes, do you correct him? I mean, don't go there with my parenting skills. Don't.
No, it was good. I like to see him on there. It just shows that, you know, no matter what, you can all come together and move forward with, you know, with football, because that's basically what it was about. So that was great to see. And, you know, kudos to you too.
Absolutely. You know, it's nice to I got no real issues and that's what a lot of people don't get. This is entertainment at the end of the day, and I kind of get a trip out of these coaches like, "Oh, I want to meet you face to face and see if you have the same energy." For one, I'm always going to answer that call. Like I'm just not going to back down. There's just no punking. I'm sorry. It's just like, but why do we have to take it to that level?
People getting their feelings, and I'm pretty sure more will get into their feelings as time to come soon. But that's just how it is, and it's unfortunate to see that because you cover a lot of football, and that's what it should always be. Whether you're covering a sport that a team that really connected with like West Warwick, or you're connecting a team all the way down in Middletown. Like you cover Rhode Island, and sometimes people are just gonna get into the feelings about it.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is becoming the go-to place for football information. And we like to get more involved in other sports as well.
Well,
It's a great community.
A lot of coaches text you. I know I text you when I get a score. Hey, I text you. I don't know if you got the final, but because you're always putting stuff up, you're always putting content up, and a lot of people do watch the show. So it's trying to everybody does their part to help out by sending you some scores, and then you instantly update it because it's hard to get scores out there. Is whether you're on Twitter, Instagram, and on any other social media platform, it's hard to get the final score. You may get, hey, it's 7-0, 14-0, but a reporter's on to 2 other schools. So it's really tough for them to cover every single sport and get the scores. So a lot of people come to Can You Keep It Real?
Well, this is the part I wanted last night. Let me get this video up here because I was talking about it earlier. Let me see. I might have to go adjust it a little bit. This is where I talk about screwing shit up. Hang on. Did I get this on video? Well, anyway, we had it on. Let me see. Bear with me for a minute. Nope. Oh, that's why it wasn't that. Zach Tuck right after the game. Here we're just
up earlier. He was signing autographs.
Yeah, signing autographs for the kids. Like that is such like
that's great.
It's just a great. It's great, bro. The atmosphere is great, and just to hear, that how Cumberland was saying my guy Najee was a freak show. That was kind of insane. To even insinuate something like that. That's kind of because why? Because he gets into all the hype. He's like enjoys it. It's great.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's I love seeing that pregame stuff. That's what football's about. It's entertaining. It's getting everybody hyped up. When I was at EWG, there's nothing worse than when you turn around and there's nobody in the stands. It's not exciting. So that was one of the first things I wanted to turn around, and we got it there. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but then you go to like the Wesley, you go to Pontiac. I'll tell you, it's insane to see the amount of people that get really involved in the program and get involved with the game. And it's so exciting. It's amazing to see.
Now the video clip up on here, you could pretty much you could probably see a couple clips here where the kids signing autographs for the younger kids, and that's the excitement that these football is. Coach McCormick right there, live and in person, doing his work up at UMass Dartmouth.
I was working recruit.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, he does.
Does an amazing job.
Najee is a phenomenal addition to our Bulldog family. Absolutely. And I would love to see my guy Mitch up there with a Corsairs uniform on next season. Just a hint. But this is Zach Tuck right here signing autographs for the younger kids. You're right. Najee is not a freak show. Thank you. But this was what was going on. in Cumberland, like this was what they was talking about, and I heard it in a Dunkin' Donuts this morning in Cumberland. Najee does great things for the kids. The atmosphere loves him. And a lot of people say, oh, we shouldn't be spending school money on this type of stuff. Guess what? I'm not supposed to tell anybody, so keep this a secret. Najee spends all that. That's all his own money. The school don't spend a dime on none of that. The mask, not 10 cents. Everything. The lights, nothing. The laser show that we have coming, Najee handles everything. So salute to Coach Najee for doing what he does up there. And nobody should be disrespecting him, especially today. But you know what he said? That was the best thing I heard all day. He said, I love it. Wait till next week in Pawtucket.
You know, what they don't understand is the hard work that goes into all this with coaches, whether you're a head coach, assistant coach. You know, I was fortunate enough to be on the sidelines with Pontiac and to see what Coach Cook did with that program. And then just taking the time to stop and turn around and see what the fans are. And, you know, I've been to Coventry, I've been to Johnston, I've been to all these places. You know, Westerly is just a different animal. Don't get me wrong. I played against them. It's an amazing atmosphere. But, you know, there's a lot of programs that don't get enough notice about it. And I'll tell you, I know Pontiac, it's way in the woods, but their fans come out. They come out strong. They support their program. You know, when Coach Cook comes out, you know, it's like, hey, it's almost like Coach Najee. You know, the crowd gets excited, the players get excited because he's done so much and he puts a lot into that program. And he, you know, Coach Sass and all the other coaches, you know, they generally love the kids. When you love the kids and you love your program, doing this stuff like what Coach Najee does comes easy because it's from the heart. So I hope to see more programs like that, and you know, I think we will. Like, even in D1, look what Coach Washington does. He's always bragging, always talking about his program. So there are some schools that are on here that are promoting their program, that are doing positive things, like Coach Blake. You know, he does an amazing job down in Warwick. Coach Paiva, he does an amazing job in North Smithfield. So, you know, it's great to see, and I think more and more teams are doing it.
Absolutely, man. And I'm glad we had the chance to have Coach Najee on today. I'm glad Coach Fulton, you had the chance to come on. Football, man. Saturday morning, we had Jones in for football talk, man. Oops, hang on. I gotta get this out of here. There we go. Had to get that out of there. You know, yeah, they're definitely Jones in for football talk in the morning, and I'm glad we can kind of we can talk, you know, have some of these conversations.
Yeah, I figured I'd come on and surprise you, just, you know, without letting you know, to show up. So sometimes that's
why I put the link out there, Coach.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I got a little bit of time before I got to do some work at the house. So, but I'm gonna get going. It was great to come back on, and hopefully it can come back on. I was just talking to Jesse. He's like, yes, we're definitely going to the Smithfield game next week together. So I'll give you some live feedback for that game, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you this week.
Absolutely, man. Coach Fulton, we'll talk to you soon. You know, soon are we gonna get another Untold Truth from you one day?
Something's in the works.
All right, man. All right. Enough said. We do have two good Untold Truths coming up the end of this season. Two programs are going to surprise the crap out of Rhode Island high school football. And, you know, it's called the Untold Truth for a reason, because anything goes in them interviews. Anything is open. So we'll have to get you back up in here. But thank you, Coach Fulton. That piano, man, I can't get over it. That is beautiful.
I don't know. Listen,
he said that's fake, man. That shit ain't real.
It's not real. No, listen. No. if I took down the screen, there's some bookshelves that tipped
Yeah,
over. There's my books everywhere. My wife will be, you put that on the podcast, people saw. I'm like, honey, everybody knows that you got OCD. I move cans, you're over there moving it back.
there you
But
go, man. You could tell the missus ain't home because he would not be on a podcast with me right now.
she's downstairs,
Yeah,
watching.
no, but salute to you, Coach. How's Mama Dukes doing?
She's struggling right now. She
Well,
caught COVID
prayers to
again.
Mama Dukes, man. Prayers goes out
She
to
caught
Mama
COVID, but
Dukes.
she says she's not going to the hospital. She's not going to go to the nursing home. She's going to
She's
fight.
a tough Italian from Federal Street, man. What do you think?
That's it. She's that old Italian. I'm going to take the medication, put Vicks on my feet, and I'm going to fight it again. It's her second time doing it. She's a strong woman. Thank you for asking. She'll pull through. I talk to her every day. So, prayers out to my mom. She's a strong woman though. She'll pull through.
All right, man. Prayers goes out to Mama Fulton. Bless you, Coach. Thank you. I hope if anybody got injured last night, I hope they came out of this okay. I heard Pano had a kid that got hurt, and I hope he makes out okay. And everything I say, I may talk a lot of crap, but I mean none of these kids any harm. This is all entertainment, so
yeah, I want to say, congratulations to Pontiac. Again, a lot of people said they wouldn't be able to make it. They're a young team. They're only graduating 5 seniors. So a lot of these young kids did step up, and they had a great season. They travel well, great coaching staff. So kudos to them, and kudos to every team that made the playoffs. It's not easy. Everybody doesn't make it, and good luck next week.
Absolutely, man. Coach Fulton, you're always welcome back. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you soon.
All right. There we have it, Coach Fulton. A lot of people didn't think they would see Coach Fulton on the podcast. He always had an open invitation, good guy. We'll let his situation play out. Just like any other situation, we'll let it play out. But yeah, so let me see if I could find what's going on with I know that there is a game on. Digital Production has it. I think it's an EWG game. Let me see if I can find it right now. But yeah, we definitely wanted to talk some high school football this morning. I think we got that done. I think it was important having Coach Najee come in because there's been a lot of talk the last couple of days about, the hype train up in Westerly. Cumberland felt it was disrespectful. I mean, it's just not right. I got a friend request from Sean Lacey. That's crazy. That is kind of different. But anyway, all right, I guess that's about it right now. We'll have some more scores coming up for you. Listen, if you're looking to get recruited, man, get them grades up. Get some of that film into the recruiters. Get up on Twitter. And I think that is about it.
What I mean by that is they say, Coach, put me where you need me. They never complain about playing time. They understand that competition breeds success, and that if they're going to be successful, if they're going to get playing time, they need to compete day in and day out. They also...
That is, if you haven't been over there. First person to call in right now at 401-322-9091. I'll give you a 20...
So 46 degrees, 7:25 in the morning. Mike Gridiron Rebello is with us, but
Have a good day, buddy.
All right,
God bless.
Well, just want to let you know I'm Boston Red Sox fan. I shouldn't tell her that I'm a New York Yankee fan. Now, and if you wear that costume, you'll get a $100 Visa gift card on top of them matching your down payment up to $2,000. Central Auto Group in Plainfield.
Can we lend me the down payment?
Well, if the down...
I'm just impressed with it. 29 degrees, 7:29 in the morning. Mike, if I know our schedule right, you've got 1 minute.
1 minute. Hey, that's all I need, right?
All right.
I'm going to give you a pair of tickets for for the Block Island Ferry. And things were going well over there at St. Caius, I assume. We're going to be over there at 11, and he might be making an appearance downtown here today, too. We also have hay rides. Mark Rosenthal is at an undisclosed location for Look at Your Forecast. Then after that, we'll get back to Frank Prosnitz, Ken, and Mikey Rebello over there, because on the phone we have Ryan McCormick, the head coach for football, if I got that correct. Exactly what I was going to say. But he's over there at UMass Dartmouth. And Wilson, well, I'm sorry, I forgot Wilson. Wilson's also joining us as well. And we have sports coming up. Stay tuned. And an additional 15% off. I got to get going because I got to get up there.
Buying a freshman sophomore mixed.
What the hell's wrong with people around here? My God.
Are you ready to move to North Carolina?
Wins, not everybody, the older coaches. They want to cry, they want to go to these RIIL meetings, and they want to cry, we're not competitive, we can't do this. I can't be in. What are we doing here?
Oh, he wilding right now.
Stay out here. Rhode Island, stand up, man. I'm trying to put on for my city.
Football in Rhode Island, bro.
I'm trying to put on for my city, man.
Be honest with you, I'm pissed off.
When I drop you off, you never see your father saw 48 hours of the week. It's not enough for us to speak. It's not enough for me to teach. I want to hug you. You're out of reach. You're so far away. I just want you here with me. Just know this wasn't up to me. Driving from your mama crib, I find it hard to breathe. Hard to tell you what I mean, but I never want to leave. There's things I must protect you from. I only can 2 days out the week. I only feel like a man on them 2 days out the week. Rest of the time, I'm on my grind. Sometimes I forget to eat, but I'm hungry, baby. Daddy eat the street. I'd live in the hole if it meant you could live free. I'd let go of my soul just for you to be. But all I really want is you right here with me.